Hi class, this is Jerry Jankowski, your instructor. I am teaching two classes at Golden West this semester. This is one of them. And both classes are structured and emphasize Adobe Illustrator. One is graphic design, one is typography, but both of them will be using Adobe Illustrator extensively. So here we go. This, if you got the book, which is not necessary or essential, I should say, it is necessary if you want to really learn Adobe Illustrator well. It's a 2020 release, but it's not necessary. This first assignment that we're doing is from the book, but I'm giving you all the assets and I'm going over things, okay? So it's very simple. This is getting your feet wet. This is baby steps. This is getting you just into Adobe Illustrator. Now, if you are already experienced in Adobe Illustrator, just go ahead and do the assignment. Go to Canvas, download everything that's in that module, put it in a folder, call it first assignment or Nut and Squirrel, whatever you want, and do the assignment and hand it in. Okay, and you're done. All right. For the rest of you, which will be the majority of the class, you are not familiar or very advanced in Adobe Illustrator. So this is for you. Okay, so first of all, I've opened up Adobe Illustrator. The icon is AI, and I'm going to create new. There we go. There we go. Okay, so let's set up. What do we have here? We have the top bar, the control bar. We have the right side. Okay, this is giving you width, inches, some other information that we'll go over in the semester. Now, what we want is according to, actually, I'm following a lot in the book. The book suggests we do a width of 11 inches. I'm not going to click letter because this is more custom. Here, there we go, 11 inches. And then the height is 9. And it's already here, orientation, sideways, which is landscape. Landscape, okay? Okay, let's just ignore the rest of this stuff here. It's not important for now. For this assignment, Artboards 1. CMYK, we'll talk about that later on. There are basically two formats for color, CMYK and RGB. CMYK is for printing. Okay, we're going to do high resolution. That's 300. That's pretty much the standard. Okay, and let's do create. Okay, there we go. All right, so what we're going to go over right now is the tools on the left, the control bar on the top, and this over here, it doesn't, right here in this real thin row is a bunch of icons. Now, it's important that everybody is with me here. So go to the top, go to Essentials Classic. I like Classic because Essentials gets rid of all this stuff. And I just prefer Essentials Classic. So it's important to follow me. Otherwise, you're going to get lost in some of these tutorials. Make sure you're in Essentials Classic. Okay? Color is here. You can click on these arrows to make them go away. Color is now here. Nice and clean. Okay? This is your artboard. Okay? You notice a lot of stuff in digital is borrowing or taking stuff from the analog art world. You know, like brushes and pens and artboard. This really doesn't exist. This is all digital. So this is what they choose to call it. I think it's kind of odd. But anyway, I have been doing this for a long time, so this is the way it is. Okay? On the left, these are your tools. On the right, on the top, control. On the right, this is floating pallets, and you'll see why. Okay? So let's start here. Let's make a shape. So one thing that's really important, you'll notice that shapes are the cornerstone of Adobe Illustrator. Photoshop, you're going to use mainly photos. You can take something in Adobe Illustrator, bringing it to Photoshop, and with their filters and brushes and stuff, you can do some things that might be easier or better in Photoshop. But Adobe Illustrator is for illustrating. Illustrating is shapes, forms, backgrounds, textures, that kind of thing. Okay? So also, Adobe Illustrator, we are doing vector. This is all vector, which means I can make a logo that is 10% in size, and I can blow it up to 500, 5,000, and it will still be nice, clean lines. That's what vector does. Okay? So here we go. On the top, selection tool. If you just place your cursor on here, it'll say what it is. And actually, if you want to just get it quickly, you can just go here and click on it, or see that V? Hold on a second. There, you can see it. Selection tool V. If you just type V, that'll come up. Next one, direct selection tool. This selection tool on top, the hollow one, is mainly for moving big groups of stuff or selecting big groups of stuff. This direct selection tool is fine tuning. Okay? If this is more of the sledgehammer, this is the little fine tools, the little pliers or whatever to fix and change things. Okay? Magic wand, we're gonna skip that for now. Let's go down to, what's this here? Let's skip that. This is the pen tool. We'll be learning about that. The type tool, we'll be learning about that in this demonstration. A line segment tool and the rectangle tool. That's what we want. Okay. Now the rectangle tool isn't just a rectangle tool. Look at this little. See these little triangles here? This means if you click on it. If you right-click on it, it swings out. This is the swing out menu, and you actually have other stuff on here. You have the rectangle tool with the corners rounded, ellipse tool. Ellipse would be also for circles, ellipse circles. Polygon, star tool I rarely use, but it is useful when you need to make stars. Flare tool I have never used. So if you want to experiment and do something when you're really bored, play around with the flare tool and tell me what it's about. Okay, rectangle tool, selected. Okay, so according to the book, they want a box that, let's see, so this is 11 by 9. So I believe what they want is, actually I don't think they say. So 7 by, let's do it a couple inches smaller. 11, 10, 9. Let's do 9 by 7. Now, if once this is selected, you click here, you can just put in this dialog box comes up and just put in the numbers you want. 9, height 7. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. All right. Think of this also as a mover tool, selection tool. I'm going to click the dot in the middle, and let's move it over here. It doesn't look too bad. I think there's too much space around it. Let's do another one. I'm going to click on it. Notice you click on the line, and then you delete. Let's do this a different way. Okay? Let's do it by just making the box. Here's the rectangle tool. Let's eyeball this. Click here in the corner and drag. Click and drag. Sometimes I'll say click, pull. Click, drag. Click, pull. Okay. Don't release. Don't release. Hold down your mouse. By the way, if you don't have a good mouse, if it's old, if it's skipping or doing weird things, get a new one. They're not that expensive, okay? There we go. So I made this. All right? Okay. Now, let's learn some things about color and about this the width of this, okay? We don't call this exactly a frame or a line. What we do, and this is, look down here. Okay, this is called a stroke. Okay, so you do a shape, the outside's the stroke. Now this is the inside. That's fill. Look over here at appearance. Fill, stroke. Look it up here. Stroke, where's fill? That is fill in that stroke. Okay, so you have it in 3 places. Mac and Adobe does this a lot. They'll do things in 2 or 3 places. Consequently, you can do a lot of this in 2 or 3 ways. How I teach you is what has been best for me over the years. Ultimately, mid-level in this class, I'm going to encourage you to find your own way and you decide how you want to work. But for the first half, please follow me. Okay, now, let's make this thicker and a different color. Okay, it's black now. How do I know? Well, because it looks like it's black. Also down here, see this? Stroke is black. The stroke is the square donut. Okay? This is the solid. It's the fill. Okay, let's go to the square donut again. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, right over here is swatches. Don't use these, please, right now. Please don't use these. Use swatches, okay? And these are called floating pallets because you can click on it and pull it off. Click here to put the rest back, and you just have this, which is kind of cool, okay? Because you can do another one and put it here. You could do a tool and pull it over here. Anyway, it's kind of cool. Okay, so black. Let's do a dark blue. Let's do this blue down here. Okay, hopefully you have these colors. If you don't, I'll show you later on how to get colors, but you should have these. When you get into Essentials Classic, go to Reset Essentials Classic if you don't have color. That should take care of that. Okay, okay, here we go. Pull it off again. Make this go back. Okay, there we go. All right, so I got dark blue. I want it thicker. How do I make it thicker? Right here. Okay, or I could do it up here. Doesn't matter. Stroke. 2, 3. Looks good. Okay. Now, one thing the book also wants me to point out is these little things in the corner. They're like little teeny little belly buttons, I guess. I don't know what else to call them, but what you do is click on one and pull slow. Start working really. Don't move. Don't have jerky motions and move really fast. Like, don't do that. Do it really. Start off with Adobe Illustrator slow. It's a delicate program. You gotta work with it nicely. Okay. So here we go. And there's corners. All right. Now, Command Z is undo. Okay, so I just undid them. Okay, watch this. Let's hope I do this right. I'm going to click on it again, but I'm going to go to the direct selection tool, and I'm just going to click on this one. Oh, I didn't do it right. Command Z, undo. Okay, what you have to do is just click on this one. Notice only that it comes out there. It doesn't come up here. Okay, the reason I'm doing this is, watch, I'll click here. So say you needed a shape, you're making a graph or something and you needed this corner. That's not that easy to do, and have it look clean and have it look like it's joined here. This is really nice. Okay, so Command Z, I'm going to click off. I want all of them. So here we go. Pull in, there we go. And just pull in a little bit, okay, if you're following with me. Again, you're going to have to finish this and send it into Canvas for your first grade. And this is the first one. There are 2 other demos, tutorials after this, okay? Now, let's make this even a little thicker. 3, let's make it 5. Okay. All right. Let's put swatches over here. Let's fill this. Where do we go for fill? First of all, you got to select. Always remember, you got to be the right tool and select. And then later on, we'll talk about also being in the right layer. Okay. So here we go. Select. let's go down here. Okay, fill, it's white. This kind of comes up here. Now if you want to just mix colors, you could click on this. You know, but there's like already a lot. That's really an ugly green. There's a lot of colors here already selected, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to use gray. It's like, where's gray? Notice when you get to the bottom right corner, you get that double-headed arrow. Look at all these nice grays they give you. Okay, let's pick this one kind of in the middle. It's about 30. See that K? K is black. There you go. Okay, gonna get rid of swatches. Click. Right, get rid of this. Click. And this is the end of our first tutorial. All right, the next tutorials we will be working more with color. We will be importing shapes, and let's see what else will we be doing. I believe we'll be working with type too. All right, so that's it for now. Thank you. And I am saving this to my desktop, and there we go.